Hello YouTube. Hope this video is finding you doing well. This is Jason, aka Junky. It's December the 6th, 2017. What a great time to be alive. Um, Look at Bitcoin. Isn't that amazing? You know what? Before we really get into Bitcoin, and this is a Bitconnect day. We're gonna look at the Bitconnect account and talk about Bitconnect just a little bit. But I need to give away some Bitcoin. I've been saying I want to give away Bitcoin. I gave away a little bit last week for the pay it forward, but I need to give somebody some Bitcoin. So let's do that first. This is all me all the time. What we're going to do is we're going to go to my last video here. Okay. And I'm just gonna. I don't have a system for this, okay, people. So don't shoot me, don't beat me up. I don't have a system for this. And today I'm going to give away 0.05 Bitcoin, maybe, because I'm poor and that's really all I can afford. And yeah, we'll give away 0.05. I think that's like 60 or 70 bucks. And I don't have a system for this, so I'm just gonna scroll through here. There's no particular way I'm gonna pick it. I'll come up with a better system, but because I've been so busy and I haven't picked a system, time is going by where I'm not giving away any Bitcoin. So today I said, you know what? I don't have the system. I didn't work it out yet, but we're going to give away Bitcoin regardless. So this is going to be a very unscientific. I think it's only right that I go all the way to the bottom at least, and then go back to the top and then just pick something at random. Okay, so I think that's the bottom from my last video. So I'm just scrolling up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, so I'm going to stop, and then the next one I see going down, I'm going to use that wallet address. Hopefully that was fair. Great video. All right, Omid Side. I don't want to butcher your name anymore. You're getting 0.05 Bitcoin, sir. Wait a minute. All right. Sorry for the silence. That's not enough. 0.005. There we go. $63.83. You can at least get cheese on your Whopper with that. Hopefully you're going to invest in something Bitcoin related with this and not cash it out because it'll kill you with fees and you'll end up with 20 bucks. So, and that's done. All right, so we got that out the way. I'll try and do better about putting together some type of a system, but there you go. There's some Bitcoin. And let's get started. All right, so Bitcoin is amazing. Do we see this almost $13,000 price here? Are we going to act like we don't see this, or are we going to talk about it? I mean, I don't even really know what to say. Over $200 billion market cap, over $10 billion in a day for volume. Get my words together. I mean, it's just amazing. The market cap is just climbing and climbing. Since we're doing Bitconnect today, I want to touch on a point. The thing about doing these videos is I get a chance to go back. Like, the reason I even started doing videos was I wanted to document my progress, see how I felt about it, now, and then maybe a year from now come back and be like, oh man, what an idiot I was then, or, oh man, that was a stroke of genius. I was thinking the right way, Hindsight is always 20/20. So we've been doing these videos, and I have gotten to a position where I've somewhat gave projections a little bit. Like I talked about how Bitconnect system worked. I had really good conversations today. I talked to Muze this morning. I hope I didn't butcher your name, Muze. And I just had a really long conversation with Escobar. He's a really good dude. Thanks for the support, Escobar. And that was a good conversation today about, Bitcoin and the space and all that good stuff. And during our conversation, what came up was, Bitconnect system. So I wanted to revisit my chart, and this is just going to further illustrate from the example that I made from the video that a lot of you watched. Okay. So we did a case study. Bitcoin was $2,330 on the 14th of July. Bitconnect coin was $57.57. And I did this on November 14th. So, we did the example, fast forwarded to the math, how much money they made versus how much we made because of how much Bitcoin had gone up in value and how much, Bitconnect coin had gone up in value and how they held both assets during the loan period so that they got all the appreciation and they could trade with it if they do in fact trade, which is in contention with a lot of people for some reason. And then, the profitability of the system. Well, it's just amazing that you can watch the system at work. As this entire time, as that video is still running, and it's got over 100,000 views, and I get more response from that video even today than I do any other video on my channel. And there's a bunch of people that come in there and they're Ponzi and scam and all this stuff. And hey, look, I'm not debating the validity of the owners and what they were trying to create. All I've done is evaluate the math. And from a mathematical perspective, it's a sustainable model because of what we're living in. Okay, so when we did this example, from, what was that? From, sorry, get myself together here. From whatever date that this started, I think it was April 14th. I think it was April 14th that we said that the original day was. Oh, I'm sorry, July 14th. So from July 14th to November 14th, right? So Bitcoin went from $2,330 and Bitconnect coin went from $57.57 to, when we did this math here, Bitcoin was worth $6,567 and Bitconnect coin, I don't have it written here, was worth $252. So we were talking about all the gains that they got from that process, and that's what equaled out to have this huge gap in how much they had to pay you versus how much they made. Well, we're living it all over again. Here it is. I don't know, 3 weeks from that period, Bitcoin is now $12,000 and Bitconnect coin is no longer $252. It's about $350. The system continues. And as long as Bitcoin continues to do what it's doing, this system, the math is going to work out this way. That does not speak to the actors in the space. I don't know who owns the company, and you never know when they feel as though, hey, look, let's pull the plug. I don't object to that, but mathematically, which is the direction that we approached it from, it's inarguable about the math. I mean, you look at this math and you look at where the Bitcoin is today, and I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. And Bitconnect coin, I mean, $348. It's math. It's all there is to it. Now, someone in my comment section, I wish I would have had this ready, brought up a very good point that regulatory issues could be the downfall of Bitconnect more than the math. And that's a reasonable assumption or assertion. I mean, I would argue that the regulatory issue is only going to come up if A, someone gets ripped off and makes a big enough noise, or B, some type of regulation comes into the space that's wide sweeping and covers the territory that Bitconnect is founded out of. Both those issues, as long as people are getting paid, anybody complaining is going to be pretty muted. And as long as Bitcoin is going up, I think the system works. So that'll probably be a non-event. And then as far as, regulatory bodies, the government hasn't even figured out what cryptocurrencies are yet. We're just now getting to the part where institutions are getting in, and, CMEs and, government-backed agencies and things like that are going to even be involved. I think we're ways off for regulation, is what I'm trying to say. So, my feeling on Bitconnect, mathematical equation, has a shelf life, but we don't know what the shelf life is. As of right now, it works fantastically. And it's just amazing to look at the math and then go back and plug it back into the formula and watch it happen all over again. So, okay, Bitconnect account. Sorry for the tangent. Let's see. No, there's other thing I wanted to bring up. Let's do that after we look at Bitconnect. That's what you're here for, right? All right, so here's the Bitconnect account. I mean, really, what are the chances of this happening again? I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know which video it was. It might have been Bitconnect update 2 or 3. But I wanted to do a reinvest online on the video, and I had $29.99 in the account. Well, it's happened again. $29.99. And I have a second shift of loans that pay out on the second half of the day. So I'll get over $30 for the day, and I'll be able to do a reinvestment. But I'm not going to do it now knowing I could do it later. But we did a reinvestment on the last video, so hopefully that satisfied some of you. Here's my account. My total investment has grown. If you've been following the channel, I think we started maybe $1,300 around there in the first video. You guys have come along and helped me out a lot with people joining. The referral money has outpaced the actual lending profit, but the lending profit itself has been fantastic. I've been 100% compounding, so I'm always reinvesting, and even the money that comes in from the affiliate bonuses and things, that's also reinvested. So I greatly appreciate that, but the investing is going well. It pays out daily. The interest rates haven't been very high this week. We'll look at my loan count. We're not going to try and count them all, but for those that are new to this channel or to the videos, the way Bitconnect works is you lend them money and then they pay you back a percentage per day. And on this lending page right here, this basically documents all the loans, the individual loans. Every time I've loaned them money or reinvested money, each one of them has each one is its own separate loan. So this is the payout for each loan per day. So you've got $10, $20, $30, $100, $500, you know, all my different reinvestments here, and then how much it pays for the day. That's what this is. All right. So I have 2 pages of 500. If I do 500 a page, there's 2 pages. So I have, you know, a little less than 1,000 of them. So it's been, and I've been in since I think October 22nd. So it's going well. And we've made a very significant return for such a short period of time. All right, let's go and look at the interest rates for the week. Like I said, it's been pretty up and down and not great. You know, 19% is what it's going to, or 0.19% tomorrow. It's almost 1% today. It was good. It was good yesterday, and then it was 0.23, and then it was really good the day before that, and then 0.11. So it's been very inconsistent the last couple of days. But I mean, the 30-day average is still 0.89. Last 6 months is 0.94. Last 7 days have been rough, 0.53. So, but you know, I'm not doing anything either. All I have to do is come here every once in a while and hit the reinvest button. So here's the real-time chart for today. It looks like it's going pretty good. We're at 1.52. But even this is really up and down. But I mean, I guess it's within a small range between 1.3 and 1.5. It's bouncing around, which is both excellent. So hopefully it finishes somewhere around there. And that's pretty much it with the Bitconnect account. I mean, there's not much to really say. It's making money every day, sometimes more money than others. I'm reinvesting. The system itself is swimming along. Bitcoin's raising in value, and by proxy, Bitconnect coin is raising in value. But that brings me to my last point before we get off this video. On the 10th, or at the end of this week, the CME is going to open up Bitcoin futures in their market, and a lot of people are excited. And I think a lot of the buy pressure that we're seeing in Bitcoin right now is attributed to the institutional arrival to the space. You know, people are anticipating it's a limited supply asset, which, you know, Bitcoin is. So as more people come in, the price should go up, right? And institutions are coming. They're going to bring all this money and all this kind of stuff. And in theory, yes. I would caution everyone, not so much for that the price is going to go down, because none of us know what's going to happen. But I would caution you to control your exuberance, because they're not, these future contracts, and I don't want to get too technical in this video, but these future contracts are settled in cash, okay? And what that means is when they do the contract, the future, they're not actually buying or purchasing Bitcoin, all right? They're speculating on Bitcoin's future value, all right? And it's settled in cash, which means it doesn't have to go on a blockchain, which means supply and demand aspect never really comes into play. Compound that by the fact that the players that are entering the market, a lot of them are institutional level investors. CME and futures give you leverage, which means you can use more money than you have to go against something. There's going to be a lot of shorting, which is going short, which is betting that Bitcoin's value is going to go down. There's going to be a tremendous amount of shorting from institutional investors with leverage in this space effective next week. We've been an over-the-counter, pure supply and demand market up until this point. So while the liquidity entering into the market is very important, And the legitimacy that it brings to the Bitcoin brand and space to investors that are a lot more conservative and very skeptical of Bitcoin. This helps in that regard. But as far as pure effect on price, I think for the most part, the futures are going to have a negative effect on Bitcoin's price. That's what I believe. Now, I'm wrong 6 days a week and twice on Sunday. So don't take my word for it. But as I analyze it, there's a ton of people, and especially banks and institutions, who have something to lose. Bitcoin is disruptive for their business. And a lot of them not only don't believe it's going to, survive, a lot of them don't want it to survive. And we're going to expose ourselves to coordinated, institutional level, leveraged shorting. I mean, intentional shorting to push the price down. All right, which can cause panic and make everyone sell, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Fear and greed drive markets. So just when those futures go live, don't be surprised if we see a ton of bearish pressure and this price plummets and we get a huge correction. Okay, it's possible, and that's going to test the system. We saw what happened last week when the circuit breaker for Bitconnect kept tripping. Right? It created a lot of people not reinvesting in loans, and the price stagnated and everything like that. Well, if Bitcoin starts to take that bearish pressure and the price drops, what could happen next is, I mean, by definition, I think Bitconnect coin's probably going to do the same thing. And how we all react to that is really going to tell us a lot. Because if people stop doing loans and they stop reinvesting, and it's a prolonged period of time, which it has a potential to be, because we've got all this institutional money coming into the space. It'll tell us a lot about Bitconnect's system and where the reserves are. And, now if you believe in the trading bot, it's possible they can make money no matter which direction the market goes. And that's where our profits could be based off of. So it'd be of no consequence. But, all the naysayers out there that don't believe in the system, this is going to be a stress test, I believe, for Bitconnect. All right. So that's just my 2 cents on what's going to happen with the futures. I've got a lot of questions about that in the comment section, so I took this opportunity to kind of address it a little bit. Other than that, I think it's going to be a beautiful rest of the week. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell so that you get notifications whenever a new video is coming out. Everybody, tell everyone you know about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and increase the awareness in our space. If you're invested in this space, we all need to push it collectively. We have a voice. Let's have a voice. All right. It was great talking to y'all again today, even though it was a one-sided conversation. It's my favorite kind. Don't hold that against me. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. USI Tech is up next. All right. Have a good day.